Do you feel like you're stuck or find yourself attracting the same type of relationships and negative experiences, or just not manifesting what you want in life? Welcome to Heal Your Story. I'm your host, Heidi Dellaire. Here we discuss all things life, love, relationships, the relationship with yourself, and the stories we tell about ourselves and others. I help people get out of their busy heads and get back in touch with their heart space to learn self-love and help heal their story. I'm a heart space and relational coach, a holistic health practitioner, and author at HeidiDellaire.com and LoveWideOpen.com. Let's go hold some heart space together. Hey loves, welcome to episode 189, How to Handle Manipulative People. I want to just give a quick shout out to all of the listeners of the Heal Your Story podcast. With the release of this episode, we've reached over 200,000 listens/downloads. So thank you for your listening support. It is so appreciated. All right, let's get back to episode 189, How to Handle Manipulative People. And as we get started, I want to emphasize the importance of self-love in recognizing and dealing with manipulation. Manipulative individuals often exhibit childlike behavior due to a lack of boundaries and learned tactics for getting their way. They're insecure and have fragile egos, making rejection difficult for them. Manipulative people view life as a game of control and power, often disregarding fairness or compromise. They pressure others for immediate responses and exploit vulnerabilities to achieve their goals. And when faced with manipulative behavior, I advise a 3-step approach. 1, know what you want and how you feel, prioritizing self-awareness and self-love. 2, stand your ground by confidently asserting boundaries, even if it feels uncomfortable. And 3, be prepared for backlash, which may include guilt tripping, name calling, threats, a whole bunch of things. Respond calmly and maintain your boundaries. Implementing these strategies takes practice and may require adjustment from both yourself and those around you. Ultimately, prioritizing self-love and setting boundaries leads to healthier relationships and personal well-being. So let's go more into depth for these 3 steps. Step 1, prioritizing self-awareness. Let's get into the first step of effectively dealing with the manipulative people, knowing what you want and how you feel. This step lays the foundation for setting boundaries and maintaining your emotional well-being in challenging situations. Prioritizing self-awareness can empower you in your interactions. Picture this. You're faced with a manipulative person who's pushing you to make a decision or take action that doesn't align with your values or desires. It's in moments like these that understanding your own wants and feelings becomes crucial. But why is it so important? Well, think of self-awareness as your internal compass, guiding you through the complexities of human interaction. When you're tuned into your emotions and your preferences, you're better equipped to recognize manipulation tactics and assert your boundaries confidently. So how do you cultivate this level of self-awareness? It starts with intentional reflection. Take time to check in with yourself regularly. Ask yourself questions like, what do I truly want in this situation? And how does this make me feel? Journaling can be a powerful tool for uncovering your thoughts and emotions. Write down your experiences, your fears, your aspirations without judgment. This process allows you to gain clarity and insight into your inner world. Additionally, mindfulness practices such as meditation or deep breathing exercises can help you stay present and attuned to your emotions. By cultivating mindfulness, you develop the ability to observe your thoughts and feelings without being swept away by them. Now, let's tie it all together. When faced with a manipulative person, your self-awareness serves as a shield against their tactics. You can discern whether their demands align with your true desires or if they're attempting to manipulate you for their benefit. Armed with this understanding, you're better equipped to respond assertively, setting boundaries that honor your needs and values. Remember, prioritizing self-awareness isn't selfish. It's an act of self-care that empowers you to navigate relationships with confidence and integrity. So now step 2, asserting boundaries and standing your ground. This step empowers you to assert boundaries and uphold your self-worth in the face of manipulation. Let's explore how you can cultivate this essential skill. Imagine being in a situation where someone is pushing you to compromise your values and make decisions that don't align with your interests. This is where standing your ground becomes crucial. But what does that really mean? Standing your ground is about owning your truth and refusing to be swayed by manipulation tactics. It's an act of self-respect and integrity, signaling to others that you won't tolerate behavior that undermines your well-being. So how do you go about asserting your boundaries effectively? It starts with clarity and confidence in your values and priorities. Take time to identify your non-negotiables. These are the values and principles that guide your decisions and actions. These serve as the foundation for setting boundaries that honor your self-worth. Next, you have to practice assertive communication. Be direct and clear when expressing your boundaries without apology or hesitation. Remember, your boundaries are valid and deserving of respect. Now let's address the elephant in the room, discomfort. Standing your ground can feel intimidating, especially if you're accustomed to prioritizing others' needs over your own. Here's the thing. Discomfort is a natural part of growth. Embrace the discomfort as a sign of progress. It means you're challenging old patterns and stepping into your power. Trust yourself and your ability to navigate difficult conversations with grace and confidence. Lastly, be prepared for pushback. Manipulative individuals may resist your boundaries, resorting to guilt-tripping or intimidation tactics. Stay firm in your convictions and don't back down. Remember, asserting boundaries isn't about confrontational or aggressive behavior. It's about honoring your truth and protecting your well-being. Step 3, navigating backlash. This step equips you with the tools to maintain resilience in the face of manipulation tactics. Let's go over how you can stay grounded and true to yourself amidst potential pushback. All right, so here's your scenario. You've asserted your boundaries with a manipulative individual, and now you're faced with resistance. This is where navigating backlash becomes crucial. But what does that entail? Navigating backlash is about staying centered and confident in your truth, despite attempts to undermine or manipulate you. It's an opportunity to reaffirm your boundaries and assert your autonomy with grace and resilience. So how do you effectively navigate backlash when confronted by manipulative behavior? Let's break that down. First and foremost, you've got to maintain your composure. Manipulative individuals may resort to guilt-tripping, name-calling, and all kinds of other forms of emotional manipulation and attempt to regain control. You got to stay grounded in your truth and refuse to be rattled by their tactics. There's another podcast episode I did about responding instead of reacting. I'll drop that episode in the show notes for you. And next, you have to set firm boundaries around what you will and will not tolerate. Clearly communicate your boundaries and expectations and be prepared to reinforce them as needed. Now let's address the emotional aspect of navigating backlash. It is 100% normal to feel hurt, frustrated, or even angry when faced with manipulation tactics. This is how they throw you off. This is how they try to unground you. So allow yourself to acknowledge and process these emotions without allowing them to dictate your response. Remember, you are not responsible for someone else's behavior or emotional reactions. Stay focused on maintaining your integrity and protecting your well-being, even in the face of adversity. Lastly, practice self-compassion. Recognize that navigating backlash can be challenging. It's okay to seek support from trusted friends, family members, professionals if needed. In conclusion, navigating backlash requires resilience, self-assurance, and a commitment to honoring your boundaries. By staying true to yourself and refusing to be manipulated, you reclaim your power and protect your emotional well-being. Now, if you'd like help putting these 3 steps into action, then I invite you to reach out and book a Heal Your Story Breakthrough Intensive with me. The link to do so and learn more will be in the show notes. I'm sending you all lots of love and sending strength your way. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to another episode of Heal Your Story. Please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. You can find me, my coaching services, my book, or book a Heal Your Story strategy session at HeidiDellaire.com. For other self-development articles, go to lovewideopen.com. And you can also follow me at Heidi Dellaire or Love Wide Open on all social media channels. Thanks so much. Sending lots of love.